Hello everyone, welcome to solve this math Olympiad algebra problem, and here we have m square equals to n plus 241 and n square equals to m plus 241. So here we solve this problem for the value of m minus n, but you remember the one thing is that our m is not equals to n. So first we call this as equation number 1 and we call this as equation number 2. And the very first step we are going to do is here first we subtract equation number 1 by equation number 2. So if we subtract these two equations, it means that we subtract the left hand side with left hand side and we subtract the right hand side with the right hand side. So it will be written as m square minus n square equals to, this is n minus m, and we subtract these two values, plus 241 minus 241. Because we subtract 1 by 2, so we write first 1 and then we write the negative time of equation number 2. So that this implies that we have m square minus n square equals to n minus m, because this is negative and positive are gone by each other. So you know that m square minus n square be the very well known identity, and it is equals to m minus n times of m plus n, and we have this n minus m, so we move this into the left hand side and it will becomes plus m minus n, and this whole equation equals to 0. So now in the next step you see here we have m minus n be the common term, so that we take common m minus n and we get the remaining terms are m plus n plus 1 equals to 0. So now in the next step we have two cases here. So our first case is we write m minus n equals to 0, and the second case is we write m plus n plus 1 equals to 0. So now in the first case we get m equals to n, but our given condition is that we can't choose m equals to n because m is not equals to n. So this is not equals to n, so we rejected this case because it is not fulfill the given conditions in the question. So now we proceed here this case only, and in this case we move this plus 1 to the right hand side and it will becomes m plus n equals to minus 1, and we call this as equation number 3. And now in the next step we first subtract equation number 1 and 2, and now we add equation number 1 and equation number 2. So if we add equation number 1 and equation number 2, it means that we add the left hand side with left hand side and right hand side with right hand side. So after adding we get here m square plus n square equals to n plus m and plus 241 plus 241. So that here we need little bit simplification and we get m square plus n square equals to m plus n plus, here we add 241 plus 241, then we get here 482. But we have our m plus n equals to minus 1, so now we substitute this value here and we get m square plus n square equals to our m plus n equals to minus 1 plus 482. So now after simplification we get here 481 equals to m square plus n square. So now in the next step here we take the square on equation number 1 on both of the sides. So we write it here, taking square on equation number 3 both sides. So we have equation number 3 is m plus n whole square equals to minus 1 square. So this is our equation number 3, and we take squaring on both of the sides of this equation. So now we know that this is the very well known identity. It is equals to m square plus n square plus 2 times of mn equals to minus 1 square. So minus 1 square equals to plus 1. So in the next step, here we have the value of m square plus n square is 481, and now we use this value here, and it will be written as, we put this value here and we get 481 plus 2 times of mn equals to 1. So now we move this 481 to the right hand side, and it will be written as 2 times of mn equals to 1 minus 481. And we know that 1 minus 481 equals to 2 times of mn equals to minus 480. So we call this as equation number 4. And now we move towards our main target, and our main target is to find the value of m minus n. So in order to find the value of m minus n, here we need to take the square on m minus n. So now we move towards our final target. So we find the value of m minus n, but if we take square on m minus n, so you get here m minus n whole square equals to m square plus n square minus 2 times of m multiplied by n. So we have the value of 2 times of mn is minus 480, and the value of m square plus n square is 481. So now we substitute these two values here, and we get m minus n whole square equals to, the value of m square plus n square is 481 minus the value of 2 times of mn is minus 480. So you get here 481 plus 480, and now we add these two values. So when we add these two values, then we get here 961. Because we find the value of m minus n, so this is m minus n whole square. So we need to take the square root on both of the sides of this equation in this way. So finally we get the value of m minus n equals to 961 square root, and this is plus minus. So these are the two real values of the given question, and this is the final answer. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos.